right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock, I had a little bit of a time warp right there. We had Jim's old theme song on there for a little while.
Yeah, that was scary.
That's what I get for multitasking. Trying to talk and to the computer at the same time. If you're looking at the streaming video right now, you don't see Jim's face. You normally do.
Yes.
That handsome beard. He's not in here today. He's somewhere out there. He's on the phone, though.
He's very dashing, Jim.
So, good morning, Jim. How you doing?
Well, good morning.
Where are you?
I'm in Leesburg, actually.
Oh, that's not too far. We could just wait. We'll just wait for you. What are you doing down there?
I thought about trying to make it in, but it's just too much going on today.
Nah, that's kind of far. Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm doing a data system for a doctor's office, wiring it, and they have to have it done today, and it has to be done before 2, and so there's just no way I could get to the radio station get down here and do it before 2. They have an inspection, so I'm rushing.
Oh, my gosh. And is it replacing something, or are they entering the 21st century for the first time?
No, they're replacing something. So it's an old doctor's office, and it has the older wires and everything, and they want it all done new. And plus, they want outlets in different locations. So I'm running data and wires, like for the internet and such, and I'm running the phone wires and the fax lines and bringing them into, like you said, the 21st century.
Do you know, speaking of the 21st century, I was watching a review of Disney World, and it was a guy who goes to Disney World all the time. And, well, I say that, not like some of them. Some of them go like every week, but this guy goes like every couple of years. Anyway, so he went 2 years ago, and he was reviewing it now in 2017. And one of the things he said was, you would think with the amount of money Disney has that they would update their technology. He was noticing that some of the videos look like they were antiquated as far as the quality. And I was thinking, wow, we're moving at such a fast pace, even Disney can't keep up with everything.
That's the truth. I mean, just training alone. I know you talk to Matt Gibbs all the time, and he talks to you about the cars, but just the training alone is unbelievable.
Wow. So, and
I have to.
A lot of it.
I take a seminar literally every month,
and a lot of it has to do exactly with your line of expertise. It has to do with things we look at and things we listen to.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's really where all the changes are right there. I guess the conveyance of information is what we call it, right?
Yeah, I mean everybody wants to do things like stream and watch Netflix and Hulu, but what they don't understand is what takes place behind the scenes in order to allow that to take place.
Right.
But what's really interesting to me is that you said you're running data lines and you're running phone lines and fax lines, so to me that's all separate. But my phone line coming into my house is also the line for my computer. So this is pretty interesting. Will we be getting separate lines for the landline phone and the data, or is that not necessary when it's just a private dwelling?
Yeah, no, this is a business office. They just wanted a dedicated fax location. So when I said I'm running fax lines, it's really a data line over there, but it's for the fax so that they can fax from their laptops or their mini towers or such to the fax machine, and it will send out, and they can also use it as a printer, so it networks.
Wow.
So today's technology is quite unique. You just need, as long as something touches something either wirelessly or hardwire, you're okay.
Oh, so you're also able to set it up as a wireless type of thing too.
Exactly. When I give them a data jack in here, they can plug in a wireless router, and then every laptop can talk. But most doctors' offices don't use wireless for themselves. That's for the courtesy of the patients coming in the lobby and such. They get on the Wi-Fi and maybe make a call without using their data minutes. But they don't like, people can hack into the Wi-Fi, as we talked many times about it, and that would, allow all the information from the doctors, to go out. So they keep a hard line for all their medical stuff.
Jim George is on the phone. Jim is the owner of American Cable Services, and when we started this program with Jim, that's pretty much what we talked about was cable, etc. And we discovered that he's got such a wealth of knowledge about technology in general, and he keeps up with the times. So that's why the show kind of evolved to what it is today. And the phone line has rung. But one of the things, Jim, that you haven't done is the show by phone. And I want to tell you before we go to the phone call, that there might be an echo between yourself and the caller, and so the way I handle that is I ride the controls here, which means you have to each of you has to talk one at a time. Otherwise, you're gonna have this crazy echo. I think I've never heard it, but everybody calls in and says they can hear it. Okay,
all right,
just so you know that, and that's for the listener also who's calling in. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, the other day, AT&T Wireless had a little hiccup and lost 911 service in several states here in the southeast.
Yeah.
And, I wondered what your comment would be about that, and I'll hang up.
Okay, Jim?
Yeah, sometimes it's a piece of equipment that doesn't roll over to its spare. Everything is backed up. Redundancy. Most data centers are what we call 2N. And what that means is totally two networks inside one building. So if any part of any one network failed, it would roll over to the other. But in this case, a piece of equipment failed to roll over, and they had to physically, manually find out where the failover was. And a couple of years back, there was a holdup, a robbery, where someone stole the FedEx truck, and then they parked the FedEx truck under a bridge. And then after taking everything they wanted out of the FedEx truck, they put the truck on fire to eliminate all the, let's say, incriminating evidence. And, well, under that bridge was the AT&T fiber that, connects the East Coast to the West Coast over by Mobile, Alabama.
Oh.
And so it burnt up the fiber. So for literally 4 hours, AT&T was scrambling to reroute circuits around the Mobile, Alabama area so that they could get everybody back on in the east and west. So it happened.
Wow. That's an amazing story. All right, let's take another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning, Mr. George. My question is about the wireless or Wi-Fi. And on my setup, I have what they call a secured network or secured net. And every now and then that seems to just go out, and I have to reboot it. Now, my question being is the secure thing. How do we know that we're secured? I have a passcode and the whole 9 yards that I got to plug in and all that, and more or less tells me I am secured or I am not secured, and I just got to reboot it or something. And I'll hang up and listen to that because I want to know how secure technically it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Jim?
Yeah, well, it's not very secure. It's secure enough for, let's say, the neighborhood kids or someone trying to get free internet, because when they see the icon pop up that says there's a Wi-Fi in the area and it happens to be yours and you click onto it, it asks for a password, and a lot of times people can guess at what your password is. Other people have software that can break into your network. I guess we've all been watching the news about what's taking place with the CIA and all the tools they had to break into a network. And now it looks like the whole world's got those same tools because WikiLeaks actually showed how to do it. But if you have a password that's not easy, like if your dog's name is Daisy and you call your network Daisy1 or something, people are going to pretty well figure that out, especially neighbors and such that know you. So you really don't want to have a common name. I had a real common name on mine, and one of my IT guys put something there I could never remember. It's an asterisk, a /, a question mark, 1, /. I mean, all these different things, and of course I had to write it down. So if my network ever fails and I need to get into it myself, I can. So it really should be a very difficult password, not something that is like Good Morning One or something.
So what happens then when a person buys a new phone and they want to transfer all the information from their old phone to their new phone? Do they hook up phone to phone with a wire, or do they do that using data and then it's all transferred, and then is there a danger in that?
Well, most people take it to the phone stores and they put it into a cradle and they transfer it, or they take the little SIM card out that's inside your cell phone and they actually physically move the SIM card from one phone to another phone. There again, that's more of a question for your wireless people that are on. But the real question is, what do you do with that old phone?
Right.
Many of us think that data in there is been removed, and so it's a harmless phone. But if you were to buy a brand new SIM card and put it in and boot it up, you would see that a lot of the data is in there. It wasn't all just on that little SIM card.
Oh.
So, but if you own a very expensive phone and you do want to sell it, because you're going into another really expensive phone, just take it to the phone store and let them wipe it clean. They have a way to get into the back office, you might say, the memory, and clean it up for you. So I've got a one I always buy the cheapest phone there is. I'm a lot like Larry in that sense. If it works and it's a phone, that's good enough for me.
That's right. I got to try.
And then people say, yeah, but you can do this, and you can. I said, yeah, I know I'm capable of doing this and doing that, but no.
Yeah, there was a story in the news just this week, and I saw the story and I said, I thought this was old news, and the reason I thought it was old is because you told it to us, I don't know how long ago, but months, and the story was how smart TVs can spy on you. Did you see this story?
No, I didn't.
But you told us this, gosh,
months ago.
Like months ago.
Yeah, before Christmas.
Yeah. Did you? Okay. So during the break, you know what I'll do? I'll look up the story because I want to read it to you. Just the first few lines, because it was amazing to me that you had a prediction, I guess you would call it. I don't know.
Well, I think that was part of that CIA release through WikiLeaks, where they showed how they can turn your TV on and view you. And they can do the same thing with your cell phone. A lot of people take their cell phones to bed. They put them on the end table. They may take them to the bathroom in case the phone rings. And unbeknownst to you, the camera's on.
The camera's on in the bathroom?
The only good thing about you and I, Larry, is that if someone looked at our camera, they would turn it off in a minute.
Yeah, that's my protection. Yes, that's exactly right.
That's our protection.
Yeah. All right, let's take a little break. If you have any questions about your phones, your TVs, your cable, your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, your gadgets in general, this is a good time to call. Jim is on with us right now by way of phone down in Leesburg. The number to call if you want to be on with Jim right now is 622-9622, and we will be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. After some patchy fog Friday morning, partly sunny skies and warm, high 82 to 86, and partly cloudy Friday night, lows in the mid to upper 50s in a few inland locations, 65 along the coast. A mix of sun and clouds for Saturday, but watch out for an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. A high in the mid-70s in the north to 82 in the south. Sunday mostly cloudy with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, highs in the 70s. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
Hi, this is Vanessa Lane Jennings with the Jennings Law Firm, located here in beautiful Ocala. Join me every single Friday at 10:30 for Legal Lane. We'll be discussing various legal topics such as family law, criminal law, contracts, and much more. So this is your chance to call in with your legal questions and have them answered. That's every Friday, 10:30, right here, WOCA, The Source.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952. Robin, how do you like my design?
You're designing a box?
That's not a box. It's a doghouse.
Rough draft for your rough? Sounds like you need personal service.
I do?
Yes, to print the blueprints. See Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can print blueprints, notarize permit applications, print and mail out invoices, and even provide great-looking business cards.
Personal Service Center. That's the one on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, right?
Just look for the yellow signs. Your pedigree palace will be a reality in no time.
Hi, I'm Fran Darkington. When I need news, I pass the rest and tune to The Source, WOCA.
All right, 21 minutes after 9 o'clock, Jim George is on the phone, affectionately known as Professor Gadget. And before we went to the break, I was telling you that there was a news story this week regarding TVs that can spy on you. And I also mentioned that Jim had told us this months ago. Mm-hmm. And so real quickly, to make my point, Jim, let me do this. Instead of reading an article, I just want to read you some datelines and the headlines. Ready? Okay. March 7th, USA Today, headline, now even the TVs are allegedly spying on you. That was 3 days ago.
Oh, wow.
Washington Post, March 7th, the CIA is using popular TVs and smartphones and cars to spy on you. The Telegraph out of the United Kingdom, why your smart TV is the perfect way to spy on you. That was a March 8th headline. Another one from England, the Daily Mail, March 7th. How you can stop your TV and car from spying on you. Because on the BBC, March 7th, newspaper headline, smart TV spying on you. Let's see, another one. Let's see. Oh, that's enough. But anyway, you were ahead of the ball on this one for sure.
Yeah, well, I've actually seen, videos online like YouTube where people tell you how to do it. You could go online to YouTube and say how to turn on someone else's TV or something like that. Just, play around with the verbiage. And you'll see where it'll tell you that once you get into the network, or once you know the people, you throw your box away out in the front of the street, right? Mm-hmm. On the box has the serial number, the model number, the MAC address, everything's on that box.
Oh, the cardboard box.
Someone just comes along and grabs that box.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's easy. Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they just stand out in front of your house and do it there. And then if they realize you have a network and they can get into it, then they can do it remotely from their home. And, you can have 4 or 5 monitors in your house monitoring 4 or 5 people's, TV sets.
Now,
and
two of these headlines mention cars. What's the deal with that? How did the cars? I don't think my 2005 Buick is doing this.
Well,
Good morning.
That's the problem they're having with the driverless cars, is that they're going to be computerized. So you've seen the movies. Maybe you haven't, Larry, because you're not necessarily a movie buff. But if you talk to Galen next time, he will tell you movies that have been on for years now, futuristic movies where they get into your car remotely. And then they tell it to turn off the steering or do this or turn the radio on or change the channel or whatever. And the car does it.
Speaking of Galen's going on a cruise, and he's looking forward to not having Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. And because he's going to be on a cruise, and I was wondering if popular demand, like Galen and his family seem to be fine with no Wi-Fi, but I'm thinking a lot of people who take cruises are probably wanting Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. So if popular demand asks for it, how will the ships provide it? Will they have a drone overhead? How will they do this?
Oh, good question.
Well, they have Wi-Fi. You can pay for it if you want it. It's an amenity for them to allow your cell phone or your laptop to connect wirelessly. I see advertisements all the time in my technical magazines where Carnival and MSE, I think, cruise lines. So it's a satellite dish aimed to the satellite, getting data down from the satellite, TV the same way, and it's on a geosynchronous type computer, so it knows that when the ship turns a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, the satellite dish turns a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. And so it stays locked on the satellite.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. So you just have to pay. So it's there, you just have to pay for it extra.
Yeah.
Okay,
I hear you. It may not show up until you pay for it. You'll go to wherever you pay for your amenities, and you say, I want to connect to the Wi-Fi, and they'll say, here you go.
Okay, Jim George is here, of course, to answer your questions, not just ours. So we accept the phone call, 622-9622. If you'd like to call, we do have somebody on hold. Thank you for waiting. Good morning. You're on now with Jim George.
Yes, good morning, and good morning, Mr. George. See, to prevent yourself by being spied on by your TV set, especially when it's not working, they suggest just pull the plug, and you'd be safe that way. But like the box that you have, or like the DirecTV or all these other outfits that have these boxes, is that good to unplug them and to replug them? Don't they kind of have to like reprogram themselves every time you unplug them?
Well, it's not so much that. Imagine the TV set is on and you're watching TV. So someone is watching you while you're actually watching TV. Wow. Like I said, in most cases, that's no big deal. But if you have children and they're in their bedroom and they have a smart TV, and people like to spy on children a lot. So, and then when it's turned off, even though, and you're right, if you unplug it, then therefore it's dead. But the camera is in play as soon as it's plugged back in and ready to go. So the ideal thing is to use your own laptop to get into your own TV, and you can do that, and then see so the camera works, and then move your hand around the screen until you find out where that camera is, and then on that particular spot, let's assume it's the upper right hand corner, that's where it is on mine. I just hang a little 3x5 index card. Actually, it's smaller than that. It's probably the size of a Post-it note, a small one. But I put it right over the camera. And so, yes, it's a little inconvenient because if I'm using closed caption or something and the words are up there, I may miss, 2 letters or something like that.
Right.
But at least the camera itself is covered.
What an entrepreneurial idea.
Wow. And we have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning, it's Sonny again. There's some vehicles, I guess the higher priced vehicles, they have an internet connection, a wireless internet connection or a hotspot or whatever they call it. And I also understand you can buy a hotspot thing and it would plug into your cigarette lighter or wherever, or a wall outlet if you're in a hotel that doesn't have it. But it provides internet. It doesn't give you the data and everything else, but you do have enough internet to operate your computer and maybe a cell phone. I'll hang up and thank you. I'd listen to this a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so if there's a cell tower anywhere near where your car is, and there usually is, if you're driving down the road and you're on your cell phone, even if you drop off from one tower, the other tower picks you up automatically, except in certain areas, then your car is actually picking it up either on 4G or 5G for your car, and that's how you get your internet inside your car. There's a little antenna up there, just like the one built into your cell phone, and it's giving you that connectivity. It's really as simple as that.
Wow. So we have to be savvy, not just with how to use our stuff, but how to prevent other people from using our stuff without us knowing about it.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a whole show right there.
It's become dog eat dog now. I mean, you got to be spy versus, remember the old cartoon, Spy versus Spy?
Yeah.
That was funny. From Mad Magazine.
Oh, my gosh. We're up against the end already. Jim, how do we get a hold of you? What's your number?
854-9795.
All right. Well, thank you. Have a great weekend, and please be careful out there.
I will. Thank you. Bye now.
All right. We'll be right back.
This is a Fox News Alert. I'm Pat O'Neill. Just in, the economy created 235,000 jobs last month, more than